Juul's not a company that has been in the news a lot lately, but they are back with a vengeance. The e-cigarette company has agreed to pay $438 million settlement for aggressively marketing its vape products to teens. The statement from Connecticut Attorney General William Tong, who led this agreement, says Juul relentlessly marketed vaping products to underage youth, manipulated their chemical composition to be palatable to inexperienced users, employed an inadequate age verification system, and misled consumers about the nicotine content and addictiveness of the product. Juul has come in tons of flavors. Any flavor under the sun. Mango, cucumber, cream, mint, anything you want. They had to pull those in 2020. Now, Mashable reports that the 34-state investigation is cutting off Juul once and for all. The settlement will distribute the millions of dollars to help reduce nicotine use and force Juul to comply with strict terms that end youth marketing and crack down on underage sales. So, to be clear, they're not shutting down the company, but they're pretty much bankrupting them and tying their hands.
All right. First off, okay, I got 1,000 things to say. There are now 200,000 alcoholic drinks for kids, essentially.
Like Pucker and
every one of these hard seltzer,
right.
Everything Smirnoff, ice, candy, whatever.
Delicious.
I mean, there is, I've seen it in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
There, we had Mickey's Big Mouth and Boone's Farm, it was like a couple Bartles and James
Right.
kicked in a little bit later. There are now hundreds of offerings for kids. Like you take a swig of tequila, you'll make a face. Take a swig of a beer, you'll make a face. Not this shit.
Not a White Claw.
This
You can
shit
down it.
This
Right.
shit
Yeah.
tastes good, and so there's hundreds of offerings. And by the way, the kids participate. I mean, that is.
Look at that.
That's
clear marketing.
That's Nickelodeon backed.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
that
are we
really.
looking at?
That's what is it? A jar?
Artisanal?
Artisanal.
Jarhead?
Yeah,
What is it
it's
called?
a warhead.
Warhead.
The candy warhead.
candy.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
a
I was like,
hard
that's
seltzer
also
candy
kinda-
flavor.
Yeah, like
there
Pucker.
are just. I mean, look, if
Holy
you walk
shit.
around the neighborhood, I'm in, and there's some 16, 17-year-olds had some fucking thing in the backyard or whatever. Go look through the trash can. You will find all of this shit. So there's
So we're a
tons
little
of it.
behind the 8 ball here.
Tons of it for kids.
Their lobby.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing that I can't get over, which is like I tell people all the time, nicotine is not bad for you. Nicotine is not bad for you. Like coffee isn't bad for you. Like caffeine isn't
Right.
bad for you. It makes you feel differently. There's such a thing as people being addicted to
it's a
it.
stimulant.
But what's dangerous about cigarettes is the delivery system, not
the
the
formaldehyde.
Yes, not the actual
Right.
nicotine
Right.
part. So we get all caught up in the nicotine part, and then we started doing this. Well, what about the other particles and whatever that are in there? So it's vapor, flavor, and nicotine. First off, I don't fucking trust anybody anymore with their
No.
here's what this does to us or here's what it doesn't do to us. There's all this talk about, then what about they got purple lung from... all right. It's been a couple years. I haven't heard much talk about it. Yes, they're trying to get kids hooked on nicotine.
Sure.
That's the business model.
Yeah.
You don't market things to 90-year-olds. You do it to 16-year-olds.
Yeah, who's gonna buy-
because
a 90-year-old's not
they-
gonna get
They
excited.
want them on it, and just like the kids are fucking strung out on Chick-fil-A. I mean, they're just Taco Bell.
It's all addictive.
You take a fucking taco shell and then you put a layer of meat in it and then you put a gordita inside that and then you shove it inside the crust.
bind
of
it together with
Pizza
cheese.
Hut. You put their Pizza Hut.
Oh, those
is
are
putting
gross.
they're putting pepperoni inside of the crust now.
Yep.
We're trying to get kids hooked on everything. Here's my thing: the booze is bad for the kids. The Pizza Hut is bad for the kids. The Juul is not bad, or at least nearly as bad for them, but they get hooked on the nicotine
Yeah.
part. But because we're so fucking nuts about smoking and all things related to smoking, we're simultaneously saying we're going to run Juul out of business, and I'm thinking about having clean injection sites for heroin junkies on the
Right,
fucking
right.
streets of San Francisco. Get your shit together and prioritize. That's what I'm saying.
I
Well
agree
said.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, the
million.
and
Million.
1
you know,
million.
The neighborhood that my stepson goes to school in. Again, they don't call it free lunch; it's complimentary. And
No.
that fucks
Amuse
me up.
bouche.
It fucks me up so bad because the lunch I'm in charge of lunch. I pack it. He gets the cucumber slices, the strawberry slices, the cheese, the salami, whatever. I
do the lunches as well.
yeah, that's what we
One
do.
prize.
But the problem is because it's free. He'll come home and the lunch bag will have pretty much everything in it. And I'll go, what happened? Oh, I had the pizza. I had the corn dog. Like, motherfucker, if it wasn't free, then he wouldn't have the money to choose that. But he can just get whatever he wants. And then these lunches that I
And it's always
feel good
awful.
about, aren't being eaten.
I was on the free lunch ticket program when I was young too, and it was like the worst prison slop that could
Dude.
ever be offered.
Rich man, poor man, LAUSD school lunches. Because now, Jeannie, I'm sure you've gotten a million texts and automated voice messages and whatever. Like, hey, this year, so lunch is free or
Do you
breakfast is
know,
free.
also, speaking of this, which I don't think you got at North Hollywood or any of the schools you attended, they all had Panda Express. The school brought in Panda Express.
You
Yeah,
guys grew up different, man. We went home for lunch during school.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, go home, figure it out at your own house.
They ended off-campus privileges the year before I was
Off
eligible.
campus?
Well, I mean, like, you
I hear
you
getting
to
go
home.
somewhere for lunch.
Then
or
it
whatever.
became ice cream scooper spaghetti
no.
when we were around, and like corn niblets.
And with the click to undo the scoop.
And can I just ask you guys this, because this is very Midwestern. This is very specifically a Kansas City thing. Did you guys have chili and cinnamon rolls served together? That is a very, very Midwestern thing. So if you come from like Kansas and Missouri,
That's a fear factor thing.
it's fucking delicious together. Cinnamon rolls and chili.
I've never
Yeah.
had chili, I guess.
Good chili has some cinnamon in it.
And a little chocolate, but like you scoop a little on your cinnamon roll.
If
It's
you can
a
do
Kansas
chicken
thing.
and waffles, you can do chili
Chicken
and
and
cinnamon rolls.
waffles.
Yeah.
Delicious. Syrup all over it.
Yeah, we had the ice cream scooper spaghetti, which is we'd have the green beans that were so like bloated and they've been
Cans, yeah.
floating in their own water for way too long. Same with the corn. Pizza was square.
Fruit cocktail goo.
Fruit cocktail goo, the cinnamon rolls, and the sort of the breakfast cakes kind of thing. I guess like a
Coffee cake?
coffee
cake thing.
cake square. There was nothing nutritious
Well, that's
that
what
was
I'm
offered
saying.
in any way, shape, or
And that
form.
really hasn't changed.
I know. So I don't know. Like if you said to me, oh, look, you have a choice. Your kid can either drink Smirnoff hard candy flavored coolers, eat slop that was provided by the state, or suck off a Juul. I'd go suck off that fucking nicotine Juul thing.
Get that Juul. I
right.
started smoking when I was 9. So when they would send us home, I would if I had money for lunch, which I probably earned by painting address or something, I would buy cigarettes.
They would sell you cigarettes.
100%.
You're like a
I would say
newsie.
it was from my
Yeah.
father.
Was it a Lucy or a
No,
full
it was
pack?
a full pack.
Wow.
Yeah, me and my brothers, we would always just find money to buy cigarettes.
People would go, obviously you could go down to the corner store and
Yeah.
buy cigarettes for your parents.
It was in neighborhoods. So we was like, oh, my dad, this is for my dad. They were like, oh, all right. And then they were like, oh, he smokes Terrytons. And I'm like, oh, yeah. All right. And we like Marlboro.
As long as we're on food, I know you're headed to Austin out in a couple of days.
Ooh.
I don't know if Chris or August is on top of this. Obviously, you're going to
Lot
have
of trucks.
some lovely barbecue. I imagine
Franklin's.
when you're there. Don't sleep on the breakfast taco.
Oh,
Austin
I'm
is a
so glad you said that.
thriving taco scene,
Yes.
especially breakfast. Do the
Specifically.
breakfast taco at like 9, 10 a.m. and then do the barbecue at like 1 or 2.
They do corner the market on the breakfast taco.
They're
It's
great.
fabulous.
I think the great Dr. Jill Biden broached the breakfast
Remember? And you
taco.
guys,
Really?
and your as sturdy a society as your
that's right,
breakfast
that's right,
taco.
that's right.
Did
That's
she
right.
really?
Yeah, it was
That's
not a great
so
moment.
Funny.
They are good.
Yeah. All right, breakfast taco.
Yeah.
We'll be at the football game at 9 a.m.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't want to
Yeah,
miss
yeah,
kickoff.
yeah,
Woo! Jason Momoa getting a lot of attention and diverting it to a cause. He has shaved his famous locks for something that he truly believes in. He posted a video of the haircut on Instagram and toasted to new beginnings. Let's just let him explain why he did this.
Aloha, everyone. Hand me those braids. So,
Oh my.
shaving off the hair.
Aw.
Doing it for, oh, man. I've never even felt the wind right there. Do it for, single-use plastics.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
I'm tired of these.
Not
plastic
related.
You
bottles.
would if you're watching
We gotta
TMZ
stop.
last night doing show prep like this, man.
All that shit.
He is
Goes into our
Aquaman.
land, goes into our ocean.
Oh,
How
yeah.
about you right now?
Oh, yeah.
Just seeing things in our ocean, it's just so sad. So please, anything you can do to eliminate single-use plastics in your life, help me. Help me. Plastic bottles are
Cheers.
ridiculous.
Sorry, buddy.
Your canteen, or now everyone's making the aluminum, which is fantastic. So, aloha.
How about you
We're
use
gonna keep
just a
going.
fucking cup?
Oh,
like,
man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
a
well,
glass. My mom hates plastic. She always everything was glass. We had no money, and she'd be like, "Go buy a glass pitcher," and I'm like,
oh,
"A
really?
plastic one." She's like, "It doesn't taste the same." I'm like,
I love
"Excuse
your mom.
me."
I love
yeah,
your mom.
but she's right. I didn't realize because we were just wanted things fast. We didn't think about it, and it was the glass. I have it in my house now. I'm like, oh, she's right. Glass pitchers are better.
Well, this shouldn't come as a huge shock to you as that Jason founded a company, Mana Nalu, to rid the world of single-use plastic.
Ah.
So it's all related.
It's a weird thing, people's kind of relationships with it, because I am not an environmentalist by any stretch of the phrase at all. But
you have thoughts
I
about
hate
it.
throwing away.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yes.
weird when people order fast food and they just throw in a bunch of sporks and shit, and then someone's cleaning up and they're just like, and I'm always like, just don't. I had a conversation the other day. I said, the other shop, we need to get a water bottle in here and just have water bottles, and then people can drink from glasses. I hate
The
all
big
the
Like the sparklets.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
people are so weirdly big
Attached.
bottle.
The 10-gallon, whatever.
People they'll come walking in, trucking in cases of bottled water, just trucking, they'll just pile it up. Like, I'm getting water. And I'm like, get a sink, get a filter, use a glass. It bugs me just from a pure weird waste. It's also kind of ugly American shit. And I don't know why everyone is so easy with it. I mean, I did have that confrontation with my daughter where
she got you on that one.
she
What?
could tell the taste of the bottled water versus the big
Same.
bottled water.
I'm with her. I can do it. Because when I quit smoking, I got addicted to water. Unfortunately, I probably polluted a lot. Sorry, Jason. But I'm like, I was drinking a lot. And I would recycle and stuff. Like, that was my, okay, I'll take it to the place and recycle it. Or I would give it to the homeless people who recycle, have all that. Because then they get money for it, whatever. So that was my feeling good. But honestly, I drank so much water that they were like, you can't tell the difference. And they did a water test multiple times, and I've always gotten it.
Really?
I'm so bad. But I need a small business loan for those aluminum things I keep leaving everywhere.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
So like $30.
in general, we don't need to hydrate nearly as much as we do.
You're right. It's an addiction.
Everyone's
It's an
addicted to
addiction.
it.
We didn't have bottled. The first time I ever saw someone carry a bottled water was on an episode of Real World Venice, and I was like, "They're carrying a water bottle. There's a water bottle holder."
What's wrong with them?
We didn't have it before 25 years ago.
Oh yeah, no. And then it's just I don't know. But I'm the same way with the dishwasher. I just take my sink, my dish, I rinse it off, and I just put it back in the thing. I think we're way too there's so many people who just run loads of laundry.
Oof.
Like they'll go like, you wore those pants 2 days ago. I didn't shit in them. I'm fucking fine. And I come from a bad background, which is I used to work construction and whatever, 2-a-day football practices or whatever, like in this heat.
Right.
When a fucking T-shirt went south, it went hard.
south.
Tijuana, fucking south of the border. Now I put a T-shirt on and you've done 2 podcasts with that. I'm sitting in I'm just sitting here. It's 2 days in a row. Come on, don't be gross. It's like it's not. I'm not doing anything in
Right.
it. I used to have sweat through it. There'd be shoulder pads over the top of it.
It would put itself in the laundry.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, the shirts, my shirts after a day of construction were a fucking hot mess. And now I'm sitting in air conditioning watching
Right.
TV. Like, how are my pants dirty? I've not done anything in them.
Remember you wore a colored shirt under your pads and they get reverse sweat stains? Like it would turn white eventually where you sweated?
yeah.
Like under the pad or under the arm or whatever?
Yes, we're way too many showers, too many dishwashers, too many loads of laundry. Just fucking back off a little bit, everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to stop showering.
Stop showering.
Yeah, my grandpa used to say that. Don't shower too much. Your skin needs zero. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
I agree.
That's all the data's coming. Grandpa was right. It's going to be the
Grandpa
name
knew
of my
what was
next
up
book.
because we're Irish and we get flaky,
Yeah.
ashy,
Eczema,
whatever.
yeah.
It's Irish Spring, for God's sake. You know,
That's the worst soap
That
ever.
shit will strip the
That's
top layers off
disgusting.
your skin.
Just use a Brillo pad.
It's
That's
still-
disgusting.
I still was one of the commercials I would look forward to
Yeah.
when they would do
Sure,
the
it was cute, but
actor
it was
with the
awful.
fake accent.
Grotto
He
or
would cut it with a knife.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do a move where the guy pulled
Carve
out
it.
his pocket knife and start carving the soap. And they'd always have the hot chick with the, you got to find Irish Spring like from the 80s. They'd have the hot chick with the fake Irish accent in it, dressed up in sort of the garb,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, it was awesome.
Butter churning garb, basically.
It's disgusting. I think my mom bought it once, and then we started hiding it in a pillowcase and using it for fights.
That's
Teach the
prison
new recruit a
style.
lesson.
Yeah, hell yeah.
A fresh bar Irish Spring will pack
hard,
a
yeah.
wallop. Yeah.
Ask my brother Jimmy.
Yeah.
Right across the. No, I'm just kidding.
And you can scuff someone pretty bad with that lava soap, too.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're just talking about prison yard soap fighting.
Beat down.
Liquid soap, you blind the guy
Don't
with.
waste Coke bottles.
Then
Use
you cut them with the lava soap.
right.
Then you finish them off with the Irish
Hell yeah.
Spring. That's right. And then you clean up with Dove.
That's the Irish way. Yeah,
That's
we
right.
use Dove. That
The
gets.
warden.
Floats.
Sorry.
I love Dove.
Well, while they're finding that, let's talk about Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. After months of silence on the Oscar slap, Chris Rock, he's now addressing it, usually on stage. This time, he referred to Will Smith's apology, saying, "Fuck your hostage video." The comment came from Rock's show with Dave Chappelle at London's O2 Arena on Saturday. Meanwhile, Chappelle's take was that Will Smith has been wearing this mask for 30 years, and he finally took it off to reveal who he really was, and he's just as ugly as the rest of us. He said, "Remember, he's from Philadelphia. No offense,
West Philly.
yeah,
Sorry.
like a hardcore, and he's been, like for 30 years trying to be this leading man and just
West
smile and take
Philadelphia,
it."
born and raised.
Right.
On the playground.
That's where I
Yeah.
spend most of my days. So in the video, Will said that he's tried to connect with Chris. His behavior was unacceptable. He's ready to talk whenever Chris is, but I don't think Chris has any interest in that. Why would he?
Well,
What difference would it make?
there's this, I feel like there's this pressure in the black community where you have to, like, if Louis C.K. thinks I'm a douche, I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah, right,
I know.
exactly.
But you're a comedian and you're white. Don't you guys have to
Right.
Get along?
do we have to see you hug next time when you
Hug
run
it
into
out,
each
right.
other? It's like, not really.
Yeah,
There's plenty
that's
of,
cool. We're
I hate
cool.
Kevin
Yeah.
Smith. Okay, fine. Life goes on. I don't have to
Why?
fix it. When you're black,
But
you have
you're
to
right.
fix it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is bad for our people. People are going to judge. Like,
That kinda
Kevin Smith
sucks,
is a
but yeah.
douchebag. Fine. He hates me. I hate him.
Yeah, it's mutual.
I sleep like a baby
We're
at
all
night.
good.
Sleep like a baby.
But
Yeah, I don't like a lot of
mostly
people.
white people hate me. I'm good. Almost every white person.
How are you doing in the black
hates me.
community?
I'm down one with David Allen Greer.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but other than that,
You're good.
surprised.
Okay.
Holding your own.
Saw Tiffany Haddish the other day.
Okay.
Gave me a thumbs up.
There you go.
Before the scuttlebutt.
So we're all good.
You know what I mean?
Love Tiffany.
I'm saying I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good with the community.
Yeah.
But I'm
Linnell
not,
likes you.
Linnell likes me, black comedian.
you're-
I'm not. I don't burn a bunch of calories trying to mend a bunch of shit with
You're
douchebag
right.
white people.
Oh, you're going to be on stage
Yeah.
with Bellamy tonight?
Yeah, see
Yeah.
Bill Bellamy.
Great
but-
guy. I love Bill Bellamy.
But for some reason, there's a lot of pressure.
It's true. It is
Gotta
unfair.
Make it up. I need to know what's happening with you two.
Yeah, it
It's
is unfair.
two
but it
people
was
that
also,
don't like each other.
It was extremely public, and they did like each other for a long time. So that's the only one I get. But like people are going, like you said, brought up Tiffany. They're going and asking the other, "What do you think?" It's like, look, it's dumb stuff. Don't let them handle it. Don't
I'm-
involve other people.
I'm guessing that Will needs it. Chris doesn't.
Absolutely.
Will needs it to get back in
Sure.
good graces. Chris doesn't give a
He
shit.
obviously is melting down, going through something. Chris wasn't. Chris is being Chris, telling jokes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's killing it on the road. My co-host, Rick Ingram, opens for him. So he's out there.
He's killing it.
He said it's unbelievable. Every show is just one's better than the next.
Well,
He's
let me
just
tell you
still
how-
being him. He's not mentally unstable.
Right.
Will's going through something.
Someone comes up to me and goes, "Hey, Adam, Mark Ruffalo has a problem with you." I don't go, "Oh my God, I gotta lay a video down, see if I can right this wrong." I go,
We
"Fuck
should
that
try
guy."
to start things like that, where white people have to mend fences with other
White people don't care if other white
celebrities
people are
have
angry at them.
to Whites have to
Donald
stick
Trump
together.
is white and Joe Biden is white.
Oh, boy.
Do you think they
I need
feel
to
the
see a
necessity
handshake.
to mend the?
Do you
No.
think Biden knows Trump doesn't like him?
I don't know.
He knows Trump
doesn't-
is white?
He might know he's white. Yeah. Speaking of white, we have Irish Spring, the
Here we
whitest
go,
of all the
guys.
commercials.
Here we go.
From 1979. It's a big part of my youth.
There they are. It's a strongman competition.
Oh, boy.
Shirtless guys fighting in the dirt.
Pan flute.
Irish boxers.
You're a strong man, Brian.
I am I too strong?
Then shower up with Irish Spring.
Is that all
Double
Chester?
deodorant soap. The very one to get a strong man fresh. Look, and these green and white stripes are 2 deodorants to get a man fresh and clean.
What a fine fresh scent.
That's why I use it too.
She's doing a Swedish accent.
That's why I use it too. Hurgen flurgen.
Oh, we got to hear her again.
Yeah, that
I
was
told you they had
Swedish.
chicks who couldn't do accents.
Plus, they
Wow.
shower outside. What's happening?
Fresh scent.
That's why I use it too.
Irish.
Is she supposed to
That's
be
why I use it too.
Scandinavian?
I don't know what that was, but I love it.
They look. It says on her
I wanna-
bio
Can
that she
do a
does
Donegal.
Cockney
Yeah.
and everything else, and they hired her on her looks, and
That's
they
amazing.
couldn't coax 5 words out of her that sounded
damn.
Irish.
That was one of my favorite man show moments is when you're auditioning the new Juggies, and on the bottom of the resume it said does perfect Irish accent.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, give us an Irish accent, and so she kind of struggled and goes, O'Malley.
Oh, Molly!
That's all she said. That's all she said.
Wow.
Now you got
She
to
get
find
the job?
that.
Did she get the job?
She might have.
I'd have to see her. I don't think so.
Now,
O'Malley.
you all balk at my theater training from the University of Kansas, but we had to take
Oh.
accents and dialects, and we had to know the difference between a Northern Irish accent and a Southern Irish accent. We all had to be graded on a monologue from Dancing at Lunasa.
All right. Well, what would that sound like now?
I haven't done this in
Do
many
your
years.
voice exercises.
Let's see. I arranged to meet Danny Bradley there, Kate. He brought me back in his father's blue boat, and we had a picnic by the lake.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Then
Yeah.
he brought me down to his. I mean, I could keep going.
very
but you get the
Saoirse
idea.
Ronan.
What is
Thank you.
what was the Irish Spring line? Because that's really the test.
All right.
You're
And
gonna
I
have
think
that's
so,
why
too.
I use it. Let's hear it, Gina.
And that's why I use it too. And that's why I use it too. Lucky Charms, you're not going to
Oh,
steal
it's
my
good,
pot of gold. Oh, matey O'Malley.
O'Malley.
Oh, Molly.
That's all she said.
Matey O'Malley. I love
Well,
Matey
you got to
O'Malley.
understand hot chicks and what's on their
Oh,
resume.
boy. No two things could be further apart.
Yeah, so it's comedy gold just to set up a camera and ask them about
Yeah.
shit
No.
on their resume. You
It's
can
hilarious.
you can look for that. Let's bring the news home.
You
Gina
got
Grad.
it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news. Hey, I fucked Avril Lavigne.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
Well, last but not least, there's the Jordan Harbinger Show, a different kind of sponsor for this episode. It's Jordan Harbinger. Love that guy. So if you're a fan of fascinating podcasts with interesting people, you should definitely check it out. There's an episode for everyone, no matter who you're into or what you're into. Jordan talks to Scott Adams about the persuasion in a world where facts don't matter anymore, or you can go inside the dark world of wildlife trafficking. You'll always find something useful to apply to your own life, like routine changes to boost productivity or slight mindset tweaks that change how you see the world. We enjoy the Jordan Harbinger Show, and I think you will too. You can check it out. That is HARB as in boy, IN as in Nancy, GER. The Jordan Harbinger Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to finer podcasts. It's the Jordan Harbinger Show. All right, Max Pat, were you able to find the man show?
Oh, yeah, that's it.
It's chicken or bikini. I don't think she became a juggie.
You also do a number of accents I see here. Will you give us a little sampling of the accents?
Which one do you want?
Try the Irish one, if you want.
O'Malley. It's just,
Hold on.
Jump on with a pogo stick.
Good stuff.
Fantastic.
That's
O'Malley.
incredible.
All right, Austin, Texas, Cap City Comedy Club. That'll be tomorrow and Saturday. The Boz, Brian Bosworth's going to be up on stage, I think, on
nice.
Friday.
He's going to be on during the podcast portion, yes?
Yes.
Oh, don't do Brian like that.
Stand-up will be the second show. You go to mcroll.com for all the live shows. Eleanor Kerrigan, the Comedy Store podcast, available wherever you listen to finer podcasts. Kyle Mann, BabylonB.com is where you go. And until next time, this is Adam for Kyle and Eleanor and Gina and Bald saying, O'Malley.